If you've been under a rock for the past year and hadn't heard of this freshman playing for Duke yet, then it's time to open your eyes to the sheer beastiness that is Zion Williamson. My first reaction to watching some of his clips this week was to say, why is he playing with college players? At 6'8" and 285 pounds, with the raw explosion of a nuclearized pogo stick, there is nothing these kids can do with him in transition. He is the most singularly unstoppable force on the break in college basketball right now, reminiscent of the kind of things LeBron used to do in his younger years to NBA players. If we're looking at comps, Charles Barkley has to come to mind, since he'd go coast to coast and make these youngsters look equally foolish. But holy Mount Zion, this kid is only 18 years old, and not only is he possessed with at least a 40-inch vertical, but he's got the ball handling skills of a guard. In the open court, there is very little anybody can do to keep in front of him, as he can use both hands to drive, and with his stout frame, he can bully his way to the rim if need be as well. The NBA has been playing with more and more pace, so while there will be defenders much bigger and stronger than the current competition, it's still easy to imagine him getting lots of highlights at the next level. Of course, teams will sag off of him and dare him to shoot. He's currently shooting very low from beyond the college arc, and many of them are the check the wind I'm so wide open type. He sets the ball in a distinct two-motion shot, off to the side of his head a little, and doesn't extend his arm on the release. All of these things indicate to me that unless he changes his mechanics, he won't be a consistent shooter in the NBA, particularly having to step back a few more feet for an NBA three. But perhaps that doesn't matter. Barkley had a Hall of Fame career without a great outside shot, albeit in a different era. I would say his floor is Julius Randle, another bulky left-hander who isn't nearly the athlete that Williamson is. But if that's the case, then you're looking at a double-double machine averaging 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists in 30 minutes a game. Those are borderline all-star numbers depending on what conference you play in. What gets me excited for his NBA potential is that he can run the pick and roll as the ball handler. While he's got a lot to learn in terms of reading the defense, understanding angles and spacing of the roll man and the perimeter players around him, I'm not sure defenses will be ready for a power forward like this to aggressively attack the rim with the help of a ball screen. And if the team he goes to uses him as a small ball 5, it should put the defense in some very bad positions. But again, it will take a little while for him to learn how to do this consistently without falling into rookie mistakes of turnovers and charges. But once it happens, they'll have to keep reporting homicides on the rim. As is the case with Randle, he overly relies on finishing with his left hand, to the point where it puts him in impossible situations to make a shot. While he certainly has no problem dunking with his right hand, against NBA players, he'll need to work on shooting with that offhand, or else get his shot blocked and contested too easily when opponents sit on that left hand release. But again, even with Randle's one-hand finishes, he's putting up ridiculous numbers, so it might not affect him that much. Because of his ball handling ability, he doesn't post up that much, which is good since I doubt he'll get that money in the NBA either. He's got good, quick feet and a soft touch to go along with a huge backside, and he should excel down low in limited touches against teams unless they double team. One thing you won't see as much in the NBA is his frightening dominance down low on the offensive glass, where he just gets the ball before anyone else can, and at that point, it's just too late to do anything to stop someone that big, that quick, that fast, and that powerful, that close to the basket. I'm sure he'll get some of these at the next level, but I don't think they'll look as overwhelming. Passing-wise, he's got a little vision. Let's face it, Zion is a scorer, but every once in a while, he will make the timely kick out for the three, which has got to make NBA scouts very excited, since this is the kind of thing that will open up for him in the pros. I've caught glimpses of next-level court sense, but there's just not enough evidence yet to predict how much facilitating he'll do. While I might not be able to predict completely how well Zion Williamson will do in the NBA, I can predict that the best prices you'll get for concerts, sporting events, or the theater are on the SeatGeek app. Download it now and you'll see how they check prices from all around the internet, give each price a grade to let you know the value. You can see the vantage point from the seat, and best of all, if you use my code BBall, you'll save $20 off your first purchase. So, the next time you want to see Zion destroying another rim, think SeatGeek, think BBall, and think about how he'll do on defense. Since Duke plays a fair amount of zone, it's a little hard to get a good grasp. But he does contest in the air well. With his quick jump and long wingspan, it could affect shooters in the NBA. But he really struggles with his closeouts, getting beaten quite easily by college players. While he shows signs that he can recover to overcome this issue with a blocked shot, I suspect the outcome will be a lot different for these blow-bys in the pros. He also gets out of position looking for a steal instead of playing the position, and I suspect that'll get ironed out right quick after the first month of playing for an NBA team. Overall, he has the tools to be a plus defender. So there you have it, sports fans. Zion Williamson is a man among boys, even though he too is still a boy, just trapped in a grizzly bear's body. There is no question he is the top player in college and the surefire #1 pick in the draft. And it's just a matter of who will tank hard enough to get that pick and be able to unleash the beast. Oh, hey, good to see everybody. Thanks for watching this video. If you made it this far, then I've got something really special for you. A free video that you can only get by clicking on the link below. It'll break down my 3 favorite actions, and I guarantee you'll love it. So what are you waiting for? I'll see you on the other side of that link.